Hello, everyone, and welcome to Kilowatt, a podcast about electric vehicles, renewable energy, autonomous driving, and much, much more. My name is Bodie, and I am your host. And I got some good feedback from the episode where I talked about, where I talked about Tesla laying off the entire supercharger team. So thank you, everyone, for sending that feedback. I really appreciate it. It made me feel good. So it was a lot of positive feedback. I'm going to be honest with you. Sometimes when I record these podcast episodes, I'm like, am I making any sense to anyone at all? So yeah. So thank you very much for the affirmations. I appreciate that. All right, let's go ahead and get into our news. Remember, this is a 5-minute episode today. So let's start off with Tesla news. According to hacker Green the Only, Tesla is preparing to launch an in-car voice assistant. Now, they kind of have, it's not a voice assistant, but they kind of have like where you can, talk to the car and tell it to do certain things, like turn the air conditioner down or up or whatever. I would imagine that this would be something on par with with Apple's Assistant or Google's Assistant or Amazon's Assistant. And I would also imagine that it's going to be, the underpinnings of it will be Grok, which is Elon's AI efforts, if I had to guess. All right, let's go ahead and move on to EV news. See, this show moves very fast. If you want to buy or you're in the market to buy an EV, then check out Costco Auto, because right now Costco Auto has some pretty decent discounts on Volvos, Chevys, Polestars, and other EVs. And depending on the vehicle that you want, you can see between $1,000 and $2,000 off. So just a little tip if you're looking for a new EV. BYD, or Build Your Dreams, saw a pretty steep decline in the first quarter of 2024. In terms of profit, but we're not going to talk about the money side. We're going to talk about how many vehicles they delivered. In 2024, the first quarter of 2024, they sold 300,000 battery electric vehicles, which is a lot. That's pretty impressive, but not as impressive as the fourth quarter of 2023. In the fourth quarter of 2023, they sold 526,000 battery electric vehicles. Now, from a business standpoint, that's not great news, but from the standpoint of you got Tesla selling hundreds of thousands of cars and then everybody else selling in the tens of thousands of cars, BYD is bringing it at 300,000 cars in the first quarter of 2024. We'll see what happens in the second quarter. Hopefully that picks up. If you are a Tesla owner and you would like to purchase a Chevy Blazer EV, then you are in luck, because Chevy is offering Tesla owners, a $4,000 discount on the Blazer EV. Now, there are some weird conditions that you have to meet in order to get this discount, so check with your local dealer. But if you're someone who is interested in that, $4,000 is a pretty good chunk of change. Rivian has received $827 million in incentives to expand their Normal, Illinois plant so that they can build the R2, which is a lot of incentives. Don't really have much to say on that, though. And according to Insider, Fisker has reportedly warned employees by way of email of potential layoffs coming in the next 2 months and possible closure of the facility. And the way they put it was facility. I'm guessing they mean business. But there is a silver lining in this, and it's not guaranteed, but there could be a silver lining, I should say. Fisker is in discussions with several potential buyers and investors, so who knows what will happen. I don't want Fisker to go away. I've gone through this, what seems like a lot over the last couple of weeks. I want Fisker to succeed simply because I like their product. I think they build cool looking cars. So hopefully somebody either buys them or an investor can swoop in and help them out so that they can continue. I think it was on Tuesday, I was driving to my kid's soccer game and I saw 2 Fisker Oceans within like a 5-block drive. One was driving the direction I was headed, and one was driving the opposite direction, and I passed it in the intersection. Like, I don't want Fisker to succeed just so Heinrich Fisker can make a bunch of money. I want Fisker to succeed so people have more options in terms of electric vehicles. And more importantly, I want Fisker to succeed because the people who have already purchased them, I want them to have a positive experience. Some of these Fisker Oceans are the first EVs that these people have ever purchased. And I don't want that to sour them on EVs. And I also don't want to see them out a bunch of money. All right. One last thing in terms of Fisker. Heinrich and Gita Fisker are putting their LA mansion on the market for $35 million. This is an 11,800 square foot home, 6 bedrooms, 8 baths. It features a spa, sauna, fitness center, infinity pool. If you can't afford $35 million, you can rent it for $125,000 a month. We don't know the reason why that they're selling the mansion, but we can guess. So my hope is they're using the money to infuse Fisker for just a little bit longer, so somebody comes in and buys them. Keep them alive just a little bit longer, because right now Fisker is sitting at like 5 cents a share, something like that. So, all right, everybody, I am over on my time by about 2 minutes. So I would encourage you to email me if you have questions. It's Bodie, BODIE at 918digital.com. You also can find me on X at 918digital. Hope you all have a wonderful day, and I will talk to you tomorrow.